Hello and welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the Lego Creator 3-in-1 Superbike. This is set number 31114. It has 236 pieces, and I paid $20 for this set. Now, this set is retired, I believe, but I was able to find one from just an online retailer, not in the aftermarket. The box is a little bit damaged, but I just paid retail for it. They happen to have some in stock, even though it was a retired set. And I'm pretty excited to look at this one because it looks like it has the really nice wheels that I really like. The Superbike looks great. This next alternate build, which looks more like a, I guess, I don't know, like a cafe bike or like some other kind of motorcycle there, looks pretty neat. And then this last one that looks like a kind of hovercrafty kind of sci-fi sort of build looks really, really cool too. So I'm really excited to get into this. So in this video, I'm going to open this up. I'm going to build the main model and then I'm going to give my thoughts on it. And then in subsequent videos, I will be taking that apart and building the alternate build and then reviewing that and then taking that alternate build apart and building the last one and reviewing that set and then sort of talking about the set as a whole. So for this video, while I build this Superbike model, I will speed the video up and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy. Okay, so that is this Lego Creator 3-in-1 Superbike. This is pretty cool. I really, really like the colors. The angles are really nice. I'm very glad that it has functioning steering, even for a toy. It's really nice. And yeah, the shape is really interesting, and I don't know how accurate it is, but I think I have some people who occasionally watch some of my videos who are familiar with motorcycles, and maybe they can leave it in the comments about what kind of bike this reminds them of, or if this is accurate or not. But I guess I'll just take some time to go over everything here in detail. But my overall impression is that this is pretty good, and it's also a pretty good value. This is a very substantial build, even though it looks like there's some empty space here. So pretty cool, and some interesting techniques as well, which I always appreciate. So the first thing I noticed when I took this out of the bag is that these are the great wheels that are dual molded, but these are, I think, bigger than the ones that I thought they were. I don't have any set with the other wheels next to me, but I thought like the Ninjago set that had some of these wheels with the gold in the middle, I believe, and then the vintage motorcycle 3-in-1, I believe it had the same kind of wheels but smaller. I think they were a smaller diameter. So these are I believe, a bigger version of that, but they are really, really nice. They have great traction. They feel very, very sturdy. They're not going to get worn down from play or from like display. I'm not worried about them getting damaged. I think they look great. They spin great. And so it's really, really nice to get 2 of these dual molded wheels of this size in this $20 set that has 236 pieces. That just feels terrific. The other thing, and I knew this from the box, but we get this actual, working Lego suspension here, which is included in different kinds of sets. And that's a really good inclusion too. I think, it's just one of those things, those extra kind of specialty pieces that can push a set over the top, or can, sometimes artificially inflate the price. And I think, these wheels, this suspension, it's just great that that's all included in here. And it makes this set have pretty tremendous value. The build is really interesting. You start just with the bottom of kind of the engine area, and there's some good techniques in there that I did not expect because of how some of these things connect to it. This whole kind of front end and the steering column and the thing in there kind of clip in a really interesting way, in a really interesting angle that still feels pretty sturdy. I'm not like too worried about undoing it, especially now that I have the steering column going all the way through. That won't come unclipped. You can kind of just see in here we have that 1x2 plate with the handle on one side, or like the bar, and then the double clips like clipping to that in there, and that's this whole piece in here that this goes through, and it holds on to all of this. So that was really unique. Bunch of like the bracket pieces to do these studs on a side stuff here. The engine doesn't have like one of those Technic engines with the kind of working piston type looking thing, or working cylinder. There is some Technic here to make the kind of the the mechanism to hold the wheels and everything connect, but the engine detail is it's pretty minimal, I would say. This is a print, and that's kind of all you really get. And then we do get a little maybe up here with these vented pieces, and both sides in this area are the exact same. So not a ton of like detail for an engine build, but I think it looks pretty good for what it is. I really like this color and like this shaping. This is a nice piece usage here. Very good usage of these triangular tiles. So I really liked how all this came together. The gas cap or gas tank area or fuel tank is fine, is good. It feels a little too... Like, it feels like the handlebars are a little too low, but maybe on this type of bike, you're leaning far enough forward that this makes sense the way that it's shaped. I like the angle that this comes off at. It's a little bit, angled up there. These look kind of like exhaust to me. I'm not sure, but I think that's all really nice. The whole like top view of this, I think really looks cool. Front of this is built really interestingly. This like canopy piece, this translucent piece here, is a piece that I don't see very often. I just don't remember the last time I've seen it used, so it's kind of a specialty piece, even though it's not that special. We can see on the dash that is a print. There are no stickers in this set at all, and I really like the effect of having that like sloped piece just underneath this translucent piece. I think that looks really, really cool and works very well. We get a translucent stuff here on the side for either mirrors or extra lights, some transparent up here. Very nice. We use a transparent piece there to kind of achieve the desired angle here, so that these can all rotate and everything. And this is great. It's bigger than I thought it would be. The wheels are bigger than I thought it would be. It feels very sturdy. It feels like it can be played around with. It can be rolled around with. It can be handled well. The suspension's very fun to play with and just works. We do have a kickstand over here. so that this could stand up on its own with a slight lean to display this set, which I think is quite good. And as I said, the steering works here. So when you turn the handlebars, the front wheel will turn. The handlebars, I think, are a little bit of an afterthought. I would have, well, not an afterthought necessarily. I just would have liked them to be done slightly differently. I don't like that we use these. I mean, these hinge pieces are fine, but I would have liked something else done for, instead of having these studs here, instead of having the handlebars just be these plates. I think I would have liked something else. I guess, I don't know, but I maybe would have liked them to be just a little bit taller, but maybe I'm wrong and I don't know enough about bikes. But that's all really cool, and I think this build came together very fast. I think it looks like a fast bike, and there's a lot of play potential and potentially display potential for a Creator 3-in-1, 236 pieces of this size, with these kind of wheels, with the suspension. I think $20 is a great price for this. I just think that's right on the money. I wonder if this set would be priced differently in 2023. This is a retired set, like I said, so it could be that this set would release at $25 or $30. I doubt it, but it could be. 25 seems like it makes sense probably for this, given the type of wheels, because the vintage motorcycle has maybe half as many pieces or slightly more than half and only has one of these kind of tires. I think and that's $15 set. So I wouldn't be surprised if this was $25 now, if it came out now. But I could be wrong. I think at $20, if it can be found, it's great. And this main model is really, really well done and very fun. And I love the suspension. It's just, it's great to have this be able to do that. And it feels like very, very cool. There's no suspension up at the front, but, that's still really, really nice at the back. And these wheels are great. And yeah, the color is really, really nice too. So no stickers, a lot of good stuff here. A lot of really good stuff. So this was a blast. I'll show the extra pieces. You actually get more than I thought you would. Hold on. Just the kind of smaller pieces, some of the translucent tiles, slopes, some Technic pins and Technic kind of bushings and stuff. Pretty standard, but yeah, good extra pieces in here. And I think this is a great set, and I can't wait to put together the other models in here. So this gets a big thumbs up for me. I think there's good value. I think there's play value and display value. And I think, a lot of these Creator 3-in-1 vehicle builds that like aren't minifig scale, they're like at a slightly different scale, are just really, really good toys and really fun to build and really fun to play with. So I think this would be a great gift and a great thing for people even who weren't interested in displaying or rebuilding, and the build experience was wonderful. So this was terrific. So now in the next video, I will be taking this apart and I will be putting together this bike, which is, instead of like a super bike, this looks more like I've been calling it a cafe bike, but I don't know if it's maybe just a kind of a Harley type bike or whatever it is, but someone who watches, who knows about bikes, may be able to leave it in the comments what type of bike this is. And then in the last video, I'll be building this, which looks really interesting to me. I think it uses the least amount of pieces, but I'm very excited to make these wheels be used horizontally in some kind of science fiction type vehicle. That looks really, really great to me, so I'm excited to get to that. But that's all for this video. If you like this video, consider giving it a like, and if you like the other videos on my channel, consider subscribing to it so you can stay up to date on all the LEGO videos I will be doing in the future, including the rest of these 3-in-1 builds and a bunch of other sets that I have in the works. So subscribe so you don't miss those. And if you feel like supporting this channel and the work I do and helping me make this more sustainable, consider giving to the Patreon and join at the Patreon, where you'll not only be supporting me financially, but you'll also get access to some exclusive content and some more interactions with me personally. So check out the Patreon page for that. And I'm doing a kind of my first big Patreon exclusive there with some really, really big sets that I revealed over there on my first post that are too big to do in this setup, that I will be doing in a slightly different setup over on Patreon. So check that out. And thanks everybody for all of the support. And until next time, thanks. Bye.